of them, they has now troubles with money, with jobs. They don't know how to be successful. And my target today to help people a little bit inspiration. Then you don't need to be with millionaire father or mother to grow up, that you can do it from yourself if you work with yourself, if you understand your targets. And I would like to ask several questions about this, what inspire you, what help you, how you decide to make your business. But in beginning, I was very happy to you to tell several words about you are, who you are, what you are doing. Welcome.
Yeah, okay.
Our channel.
Yeah, hello. So my name is Steffen Gemunden. Maybe a little bit about my background, how I started mostly my own business. I actually started very early to work in the industry in 1989 in the financial world. I used to own a software company, which I built from ground up in 1992 when I was still in college. And basically what we do, we develop trading software for banks and brokers on financial markets. So our customers were small trading companies, hedge funds, investment banks, all the way up to exchanges like the Deutsche Börse, London Stock Exchange, option exchanges, equity exchanges, and so on. We started as a two-man garage shop, and one of the motivations to start our own business was what we have seen in working in the industry in the early days for 2 or 3 years, what software was available, how much money people charged for it, and we thought we could do better. So we actually gave it a shot while I was still in college, and as a small garage shop, with two-man garage shop, we rented some office space from a former customer. We made a deal with the bank I was working with before, and we basically bought the software from them for 1 Deutschmark at the time, so the equivalent of 0.5 euros. In return, we guaranteed them that we would work for them a certain amount of our time. And as we sold the software later, we agreed on a revenue stream. So basically, as for everything we sold, they got a percentage until the money they invested, until they have recouped the money they have invested. Two-man garage shop, we had a solid income because we had 1 customer, and we started to further develop the software, and pretty soon we got more and more customers from the smaller banks over the bigger banks, and we had to hire people, and over the years it grew from a two-man garage shop into a company with roughly 200 employees at the time I sold it, with offices in 11 countries, but that was over a time frame of 22 years in total.
Bravo. So it was a big job. It's amazing. 11 countries, offices, from anything you started.
11 offices in 11 countries.
Yeah, offices in 11 countries. How many people was summary working in your company when you sold it? How many people?
About 200.
200, yeah. When you started this company, did you think that you expect so big success and it was something what you expect, or it was just happened?
No, I think it just happened. And I mean, we weren't afraid to try. We were young, still in college, thought we could do something better than what was out there. And we started, and pretty soon we got a lot of customers. We had 2 employees, 5 employees, 10 employees. And then we came to a certain point at about 15 employees. We had to think what to do. Do we want to stay small, or do we want to go international? And we decided to take the chance. So we started in Germany, then we built offices in the UK, in the US, Australia, and then Asia. And yeah, we were a little bit overrun sometimes by our own success. I mean, the key thing was, yeah, our branding, yeah? And the people really needed to have our software to be successful in financial markets. Yeah? So the business idea behind was very good, and we didn't have to do a lot of marketing. The people came to us. Yeah? By the
It seems that you have a very good product.
Yes, exactly. The product was the key, and we sold it by word of mouth. Yeah?
It's amazing. I also believe because you started many years ago that now business changed a lot. And I think now it's without marketing, it's a little bit difficult to develop some new business. What is your idea about this? How marketing at the moment influence in business?
I think the principles haven't changed. If you have the right idea, you could still do a lot. I mean, if you see some of the companies over the last 5 or 10 years, I mean, you look at it, an Apple, or I follow Tesla. Tesla stock is worth more than all the automobile companies together now. It might be a little bit over the top, but I think if you have the right idea and you build a product what people really want or need, you know, the opportunities are still there today. It's in different areas. You know,
you know, I believe that a lot of people they have ideas, has many smart people, but a lot of them they not believe in themselves, and I'm sure that need some special qualities to be successful. If we ask to you which qualities help you to be so successful, already I listen that you take a risk, that you're a very brave guy, that you're very hardworking, but we're sure you think that you have so your qualities. Which 5, 6 qualities you feel that help you really to be successful?
Yeah, I think if I look at these 20 years, I mean, one of the things obviously I think is what you said: hardworking, dedication, motivation, honesty, the capability of defining a real business plan and setting milestones and trying to achieve them. But at the same time, I would say not to be worried about making mistakes. Yeah. And I mean, if you do if you do 6 out of 10 things right, or 7 out of 10 things right, and you learn from the other 3, then you'll be successful. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you feel it has difference in business between women and men? Because I notice when you men, you are more risky, you're more brave. I see also my husband, you're more looking bigger pictures. I saw I am as a woman, I make very small steps, and very often my husband give me courage, say do this, jump, and I say, oh. Do you feel some difference between how make business men and women?
Yeah, probably what you are saying is true. I mean, maybe women are a little bit too worried, or too much worried about taking certain steps. Yeah, I mean, just don't worry to make mistakes. Yeah. But I've seen many women which were successful. Yeah. But
at the moment, yes, a lot. But continue, you know, I was very interested about this topic, and I see the Forbes magazines. Then until last 5 years, mostly of successful people was men. Now it started to be changed, but again, if we speak about billionaires and huge businesses, empires, it's again men. And I continue to believe that maybe big, huge things more easier to make for men, because maybe you have some different qualities or energy, I don't know, these things. In your team, work most women or men? Do you have the difference in team?
Actually, I mean, I think in general it's changing. There are more and more women, especially in management positions, on management teams. In my company, I had a management team of 8 people, and 2 were women. Yeah. The company Bloomberg, who bought my company at the end, I think we were a management team of 10, and 4 were women. Yeah. So I think if you look back the last 5, 10, 15 years, it's changing.
Yeah. If you can give advice people who plan to make a business, but they're afraid, because I have many people here who ask Natalia, you can ask your questions to Stefan, welcome. Yes, one lady asked Natalia, how do you know, ask please Stefan, how do you know if you have the right ideas before parsing? How do you know it's the right idea before parsing?
I mean, obviously the product or the business you are trying to build, I mean, there must be a need for customers. Customers is something customers really need or really want. So I think one of the most important ideas is what you are trying to sell to the people. Yeah? And I mean, go for it, try it out. If you start a business, obviously you have to have a good business plan. A lot of people make business plans probably too optimistic. Business plans I've looked at, they over forecasted revenues and under forecasted the expenses, and especially the amount of time it took to achieve something. Typically it's more expensive and takes more time than you think. Yeah? So we always did well in like a best case, a worst case, and a more realistic scenario. Yeah? And obviously when you start a business, you have to keep the costs low. Yeah?
Yes, people very often ask me, can we start some business without money, or what to do if you not have money and we have ideas? What you can to recommend?
We started with very little money, and we had to live off the monthly income we have made. Yeah? So we were very careful in spending money. This is obviously not the case anymore today, because I mean, you have a lot of startup companies, they get big funding, they get investors before they really build their product, which is one way to do it, but I'm not sure if it's the best way, because most of the companies who have a good idea and get a lot of funding, they run through their money relatively quickly, because they hire a lot of people, their operating expenses increase quickly, the monthly bills they have to pay are high, and I think it's better to keep this low. Yeah?
You know, I have my business 12 years and I buy the good car only before 3 years. And many people ask me, why you not buy the good car? You have a lot of money. But for me, always money of business, it's money of business. It's not my own money. And I spend very, very accurate, because I need to know, for example, I would like to ask your opinion, but even if my business doesn't have revenue, I need that I can have 6 months to pay salaries, to pay all my expenses. And I always have the money saving from my business and from my life separately from all the things. And I think it's very important. What is your opinion how to spend money, and how many months do you have always saving money in company? How you accept money of company? It's your money or it's money of company? What is your thinking about this?
Yeah, obviously, I mean, you have to be, especially at the beginning, very careful in, do you really have to spend this money? Is there a better way to do it? I mean, when I started a company, I didn't have a car. I drove my motorbike. Yeah? But that's a long time ago. So that the times today are different. But I mean, question is really, what do you think when you will achieve your first revenue? How long can you go with your running expenses versus the funds you have? And then there might be also hard times in between where you need a buffer, as you said. Yeah? I mean, if I look now in the current times with the coronavirus and things like this, I mean, a lot of companies go under because they didn't have a buffer. Yeah? I mean, at the end, we had 200 employees to pay salaries, and we had customers who paid their bills, but they were oftentimes 1 or 2 months late. Yeah? So I think a minimum for a business is probably 3 to 4 months cash flow. Yeah?
Yeah, because very often I saw the new businessmen, they forgot it, but I think it's very important. Also, they ask me how a business plan is important. When I start my business, I have one very good friend, he's financial guy, and he helped me a lot with business plan, and he told me to take 30% plus from expenses, what I not expect. And I say, oh no, I expect all, I did my account and I know what will come. He said, no, please put 30% more because we're sure something will come unexpected. I listen him, and finally, really, it's come some healthy medicine which I need to pay, some special insurance from people. It's come some taxes which I not expect. It's come many things. Exactly was around 30%. And I was very thankful from this advice because I was finally, it wasn't my business plan, I was expect. How you think how it's important to business plan and maybe some rules when you make your business plan?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we sold software, so our business was highly depending in terms of purchase revenue and leasing revenue. Yeah, so you set some goals at the beginning of the business year, and you define goals with your different offices and sales targets for your salespeople. So what we did, we looked at this and said, okay, this is our goal in terms of what we want to do in sales. If we achieve this sales, this will be our costs. But if we achieve less sale, we were able to not spend all the money. Yeah? So we said, okay, if we sell to 10 more customers, we might need 2 more support people. Or if we sell more in this region, we have to invest more money in Asia. Yeah? So you have to keep the balance between revenues and costs. And yeah, I think it's good in your business plan what you said, to figure costs plus something, or not to have a fixed cost base, but only a variable revenue base. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The next question is that many people, they make some consulting, but don't register formally in government. What do you think about this? For me, it's like hide something, but I think it's not correct way to make a business.
Yeah, it becomes more and more dangerous to run something like this. I think you need to apply with local registrations and regulations, because sooner or later this will hit you badly. Yeah? Come back and they fine you, or they come back and assess new taxes, and you have to pay penalties. It's not a solid way to build a business. I think you also have, besides registrations, you have to make sure you have the proper licenses. You know?
I'm sure you know that to play with government and with lawyers, it's not a good idea. Finally, it's more expensive when you have penalty and all the things. And I always highly recommend to do all correct from beginning and to use the lawyers and to do it how it must to be, not play with this.
But if you want to build a real business, you have to do it. Otherwise, it's too risky. It might hit you in 1 year, 2 years, 5 years. Yeah? Typically, it comes back if you haven't done something correctly.
How to approach marketing? Everybody is talking about social media. Is that good? Is there something better?
Well, it's obviously the new way to go, but I'm not sure. It's maybe a little bit a question of what industry you are in, but we haven't really spent too much money on marketing. We have focused more on branding of the product and branding of the company. You can spend thousands and tens or hundreds of thousands of money on marketing. We focused more on branding, and yeah, we went to industry conferences, we went on panels, we did TV interviews. We established ourselves, you could say, more like a thought leader in the industry, which was a lot more effective than spending thousands and thousands of dollars on marketing. It obviously depends a little bit what you do. If you work in certain niches like we did, you have to focus on your target market. If you work in the retail space, then you probably have to reach a lot of people. Yeah? But
yeah.
in the early days, we spent a lot of money in marketing on conferences and in newspapers and online, but it didn't really pay off. But we did free panels and sessions in yeah, online, like today you do it in Zoom. Yeah. But we participated in panels, and just being out there as the thought leader in the industry was much better than spending a lot of money. Yeah?
Yeah, I saw some your interview on CNN and I was very impressed. It was really great. I say how smart guy he is. It's amazing. But I believe you're genius because you create very strong product. Maybe it's when I think about business, for me, first, of course, it need to be a great product because without you cannot, and after marketing, but best product, maybe it's beginning of business, yeah, to make it.
Yeah, the product is obviously one thing, but what we have always learned, it's not only the product, it's also your infrastructure behind the support, the customer service. I mean, you have to aim to be best in class, not just one of many.
Do you have rules in your company? For example, in my company, I not accept people to delay. For example, if I say something, they need to do it immediately because if delay 1-2 times, it has new targets, and it means that they doesn't listen or that don't want to do. And I try to understand the reason why it's not happened, because if I not explain again, I will explain again to understand. But for example, for me, it's very important rules. Also important rules to be honest, to love our clients. Our clients, it's our friends. Do you have some practice, some rules in your company? What was very important from your team, for yourself?
Well, we didn't have, I would say, a written down rule book, but we worked by certain principles. I think we were not micromanaging our people, but we had weekly management meetings, or we had weekly team meetings, and we talked about what we're going to do in the next week or months or 2 months. And people had their freedom to try to achieve their goals, and we tried to help them to achieve their goals. But in the follow-up meetings, I think it was relatively clear. If we had weekly meetings, you were expected to deliver in 1 week and not come up with excuses or something. We were working in a very fast-paced industry, and our customers were very demanding. They did not accept any excuses that we will be 1 or 2 weeks late either.
Has several questions. How to create harmony among partners? Do they have to document their terms and conditions about business? You have some business partner, yeah, in your business, or you're alone?
Yeah, I mean, with my company I sold, I mean, we had roughly 150 clients. I think most important is the relationship you have with your client. You have to build a relationship of trust and see what the customer needs and how you can help them. And I mean, I think that is the most important part. Yeah, you work together to achieve a goal. Yeah.
For me, my customers, it's always my friends. And mostly of my friends, to be honest, it was my ex-clients. And after they change their lives, they are happy and we become to be good friends. Yes. And I believe that it's very correct because, for example, when people see on clients like a pocket to take money, for me, this business cannot be successful because you need really to care.
Yeah.
What is your think about clients? How you see these things?
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. I mean, I sold my business in 2014. But a lot of my former clients, they became friends. Yeah, I have one client who lives in Dubai. We wanted to go and meet with him, and everywhere where we travel in the world, I have a lot of former clients who became friends, and we stay in contact. Yeah, the same counts for employees. Yeah, I mean, I have employees who worked with me until the end when I sold. and I'm still friends with them. I have employees who left my company over the course of 20 years, and we stay in contact. And surprising or funny enough, I also have some employees where we split ways, but we are still in good contact. Yeah? It just didn't
Bravo.
work out, but on a personal level, we are still in contact. Yeah?
Did you have crisis and difficult moment in your business, and what you do when you go down and all change? Because I'm not that has business which not have some crisis or changes. I start my business when it was crisis 2008. It was difficult period. And to be honestly, my business always grew up when it's crises. I like crisis. I feel like fish in the sea. But many people feel down and lost all and don't know how to continue. Now many businesses have this crisis. When you have difficult moments, how you help yourself again to go up?
I think one of our big advantages was we were, as a relatively small company, never afraid to make a decision. Yeah? In difficult times, you have to look at the different options you have and make a decision and move forward. Yeah? And I think this has always helped us. In what you said, 2008, we were in the financial world, financial crisis, obviously hit the software company and the banking world a lot too. Yeah, customers didn't pay their bills and. Yeah? So I mean, it comes back to the same thing. Look at the different options. Try to look at what the risk factors are, make a decision and go forward. Yeah? And even now, I mean, if you look at the COVID crisis now, I think we're probably only at the beginning, and economy will get much worse next year. But it brings a lot of opportunities too, like you said. Yeah? I mean, the world is transforming. Everybody is talking on Zoom now. Used to be Skype a few years back, but build something in the new economy, what people will need the next 2 years. Think about how this crisis is changing the world. Maybe you have a great business idea to be successful in the future. Yeah? Every crisis brings new chances. Yeah?
It's true. I sorry about I not buy the shareholders of Zoom in the correct moment. I think now people who have the shareholders on Zoom, they're very rich people. Zoom developed amazing in the corona, amazing.
Yeah,
I think many businesses.
The right idea. They had the right idea a few years back, and now it's benefiting.
Yeah, I think if you're predictable, maybe it's one very important quality from future, because many businesses, we take Ford, Henry Ford, how he was predictable about cars, Zoom now. If you feel and you're predictable, we sure people say that you're crazy, but finally you become to be successful. Did you listen in your life, you're crazy, how you do it, or you have always support from people? Also, I'm very curious about your family, if they support you, your mother and father, how it's important for people to have this support from the family.
Yeah, I think this is very important. And I mean, from family and friends and employees, I mean, everybody believed in what we were doing. And yeah, I mean, you have to believe into it. Otherwise, you don't even have to start. Yeah, I mean, this.
When somebody criticizes you, how you react?
Actually, it's good, I think, because one of the success in business, at least in my company, was sometimes we had pretty hefty discussions in the management team with employees, what is good and what is not good, and in what direction we should move. And yeah, as long as these discussions are productive, it's very important in a business to have arguments, to fight left way and right way, but at the end, everybody agrees on the way to go forward.
Yes. Do you believe that in which age we can be successful? For example, if man not successful from 40, he cannot be successful. It exists like this, or young people, if you're successful, you're already successful when you are young. If age connect with success for you?
Nah, probably not, I think. I mean, if you go back 10 or 20 years, maybe you had to be younger than today because things are moving so quickly. If you have the right idea at 40 or 50 or 60, it doesn't matter. It doesn't take as long anymore to develop a business as like it used to be, I think. Yeah? I mean, with social media and everything online and the internet, I mean, you have a very large potential customer base. Yeah?
Yeah,
So I don't
because
think age matters really. Maybe if you do it when you're older, you have more experience and you avoid a few mistakes and you have learned a lot from your past mistakes. And if you start when you're younger, maybe you make more mistakes, but you have more energy.
I ask you because very often people call to, I have one client, she's 65, she called me soon and said, Natalia, I want to start my business, but I'm very afraid because I'm very old. And I give you an example of this guy who make McDonald's. He started his business when he was 52 and has many other guys who started later. And it's less than young people. More young people started earlier, but also in this age, you need to try. Yeah. Because if you don't try, you never know. And also, if you try and it doesn't happen, maybe you need to change something. When do you have your teachers? When I start my business, I have many good friends, teachers who has successful business, and all time I ask them about advices. Do you have some people to help, which help you with advices, like teacher, like your example, maybe some books which help you?
Yeah, over the time, I mean, we were able to bring in some consultants, which helped us a lot. Yeah. I mean, we grow from a two-man garage shop to a company with 200 people. And after I sold the company, I worked in a management team and we had 1,200 people. So you need to learn a lot of new things. Yeah. People, mentoring people, guiding people, leadership. Yeah. So oftentimes we brought in outside consultants who helped us, yeah, on organizational structure, on change management. One of the most interesting things I've ever done in my career, we hired a consultant and we worked on change management in the company. Yeah?
Bravo.
And we changed the way how we were thinking and we changed the way how we developed software. Yeah? There's a very interesting book. It's called, I don't know if you've ever heard about it, Who Moved My Cheese? Yeah?
A very interesting expression, yeah.
Yeah, but
I totally agree with you.
we brought in outside help or outside consultants to work with us. Yeah?
You know, I like many qualities in you, but one which I can see you're humble. Because I believe many businessmen, they one moment become to be very huge ego and they say, I'm now the best, I'm the number one. And even need to change and to be flexible. And second, I believe it's very important to be flexible. You say, okay, we need change management because we are here and we want to be there. I need some help from this. And you're open to listen and you're open to learn new things. And it's very beautiful quality of business. I believe it's very, very important to have this humble opportunity to accept new and to say, okay, I am until here, let's to teach new things.
Yeah, if your ego becomes too big, it's oftentimes what I have seen the beginning of the end. Yeah, you see a lot of companies, they come up very quickly, but they fall as quickly as well. Yeah, so at the same speed or faster. Yeah.
I also did the same when my company started to grow up one moment very fast and I was scared because it's too fast. I also take one consulting guy and he was make me 1 month totally structure of company, all the things, and I was asked advices and very often I ask advices about my business and continue until today because it's very important. What helped you to be humble? What helped you to be open? How you go down your ego because you're a very successful man, you did something good, but I very enjoy how modest you are. What helped you to be in this level?
I don't know, maybe life experience. I've seen people around me. Yeah? I mean, I mean, it's one of the important things to keep both feet on the ground, and not how would I say, go crazy.
I believe it's very important because unfortunately in my life I saw many businessmen who become to be successful and start to take drugs, to go to prostitutes, to spend time, to change the women all time. I think you saw also, and usually finally the business also go down, unfortunately, and it doesn't work.
Well, maybe they couldn't handle the stress. Yeah, I mean, this is very important. What I have learned. Well, we used to work in an office. We didn't work online, but it's very important to switch off when we left the office. You know?
How many hours you worked usually when you build your business and you grow up?
Unlimited. I mean, at the beginning, 12, 14, 16 hours, Saturdays, Sundays. The last maybe 5 or 10 years, it got less and less. Because
when you take...
I understood you need your... I recognized when I had more time off, I made better decisions. And
exactly.
My brain was fresh, I made better decisions. It was not anymore... I mean, you could achieve a better result with 8 or 10 hours of work than 14 or 15, especially when you have employees. Maybe you had to delegate more. You did too much yourself. You know?
Did you have burnout in your life, in your job? Do you have burnout when you was too tired and have burnout? When you say, I cannot more, I need rest, I'm really too tired.
Everybody gets to this point, I think. You know? I was close to it too at some point. Yeah? And you start, this is not what I want to do for the next, after 20 years, this is not what I want to do the next 20 years. Yeah?
How it's come decision to change? Because you are very brave that you sold your business. You know, for me, it's like to have a horse, and horse run very, very fast, and a lot of people, they cannot go out from this. They haven't sold and farmed, they die very often in the work. And it's very, because you feel that you work more and more and more, business can make you more and more money, and it's very difficult to stop it and to say, I want my life. What help you to stop? What help you to say, I want my life? Because I know that I very respect you from this. I admire you from this. I hope one day to do it. I'm far away from the decision at the moment, but I admire when people can say, stop, I want my life, not only to work. What help you to take this decision?
Yeah, maybe I got a little bit tired as well. I mean, as I said, after 15 or 20 years, I was working very hard all my life, I think. Many years I was living on an airplane, and at some point I realized this is not what I want to do the next 10 or 20 years. And I started to work less, and I looked at options. But I mean, selling your business doesn't happen from one to the next moment. This was probably a process of at least 5 or 6 years. Yeah?
Sure.
And you have to work towards it. Yeah, I mean, and when you want to sell your business, one of the first things you have to work on is your main priorities is the business has to run without you, or with less effort. Or I started to build a management team around me with 8 people. Yeah? And I was more, I let people do their stuff, and I said, maybe you can do this a little bit more this way, or this a little bit more this way. But I did not get involved in all the day-to-day stuff anymore, yeah? Which I think really helped me sell the company at the end, because a potential buyer will always look like, how does this company look like, or what is this company worth if this guy is not there anymore?
It's very true.
Yeah. So, I mean, and people made jokes after I sold the company, I was working for the buyer for 4 years. And they made jokes of they were waiting when I go to the island, but it didn't happen.
Yeah, you're totally right. Totally right. Because when people start a business, usually you're like a key figure and all it's around you. And again, it's about ego. You feel so huge, so man. And it's very humble also to say, okay, I'm maybe not the best and I can to delegate and I can trust. Also, you said that it's important about trust, not only to your clients and to make trust between you and your clients, but also between your team. How you control these people, how you know that they make good, and when you delegate, how you make control system, how you know that they work good.
I wouldn't even call it control. I mean, over time, you will see if people are successful or if they can deliver to goals. You know, I mean, we didn't control people what they were doing on a day-to-day basis, but I mean, a couple of times a year, we looked at where we stand versus our business plan and the milestones and what we achieved and what we didn't achieve. You know? Not really about controlling, I think.
I have one very interesting meeting on Bali this January when I met with one guy and he has a business online and a business make around 100,000 per month. And he not have even had office. And I asked him, how you do it? And he say, I control them from result. Because when I see result of people, I don't need to ask what you did because I see how many sales we did, how many products we did, how we did. And I was shocked. And after COVID helped me to do the same. Now we not have office. Before I had big office. And I see it's worked better, my company. And really, it's very important to delegate. It's very important.
It works better if people take ownership on certain things instead of you micromanaging. Huh? They can use their own brain.
I think you give them more
results than you.
Yeah, because like you give them more responsibility and they feel that you believe on them.
Yeah.
And it's helped a lot.
I mean, the world has totally changed and it's probably even changing faster now with everybody working from home. And I mean, I was one of the opponents of this in my company. I said, yeah, especially the team of software developers, they need to sit in one room. They need to collaborate. They need to talk to each other. You want to go in there every day and talk with them, what they are doing, what problems they have, how you can help them. But today has totally changed. Yeah, I mean, you don't need an office anymore. You really don't need an office anymore. And
for me, it was shocked.
I work from home now, and I really enjoy it. It's home can be in, I don't know, London, Sofia, Dubai, or an island. The only thing you need is a good internet connection. Huh?
I believe that all the COVID is from all the humility, it was like before and after. It's never was the same word, never. And it's with new rules, new books, new theories, new businesses. It's something very wow.
And it's amazing how quickly companies have changed because they were forced to. I mean, if you look at some, the old traditional banks, for example, in my industry, I mean, they had 1 or 2 months to adjust, or if they don't go online, they're out of business. Huh?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Today I was thinking about this. If now the most terrible things which can happen in the world at the moment to stop internet. If internet will stop, all will die. More than from COVID. We are so dependent on this now. It's fantastic.
People don't know anymore what to do with their time, I guess. Huh?
It's very interesting. What do you plan when you stop to work? What do you want to do with your life?
Well, so, I mean, officially I retired in 2018, when I stopped working for the buyer, but I got married afterwards.
It's very good.
Huh?
It's very good. Finally, you have a life from yourself.
Yes, yes. So, I mean, we really want to enjoy our life. Yeah? I mean, it's not that we're not working, we're both working, but we can do it from the Black Sea, from Dubai, from wherever, and focus on our free time. Yeah?
Yeah. But you continue to make investments. Do you think that investments it's important our world? People need to invest money. What you're thinking about in investing?
Yeah, I mean, this is basically what I'm doing now. Yeah, I mean, I'm not working 12 hours anymore, but maybe 4 or 5 hours. But I do other stuff. You know. So my wife and I, we just signed up to be on our skipper license to become a captain and buy a boat. Yeah, so studying something completely new. Yeah.
Yeah, you develop a lot.
Yeah.
If I can to resume, is it important from successful people to develop all time? Yeah, to learn new skills all time.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, if I look back, I had my own business 22 years and things have completely changed. And it doesn't really matter if it is in business or your private life, you always have to keep changing. Huh? I mean, the world is changing around you.
When you, I like to ask this question. For example, me, I like to make targets and make plans. When I was 17, I was dreaming what will my life after 20 years. When I was 37, how I will have my family, my business, my the things. Do you do plans and targets in your life? Do you expect that I want to be on this age to do this or to do this? What for you mean targets and plans in your life?
Yeah, I think it is important to have targets or plans or goals, or however you call it. If you don't have goals, I don't know what you're doing all day.
But you write your goals, for
Have
example, because
goals and to have
yes,
yeah, and what you want to achieve, and especially what is important in your life for you. You know? It's probably made more plans when I was younger than today. Plans always change, and you have to adapt to it on the way. Yeah?
but do you like to write the plans? Because, for example, my targets goals I wrote. I want to buy this, I want to go there, I want to have this money, I want to be this kilograms. Now I'm very happy that I put my kilograms. And usually I wrote and I check after if I go right or I need to change. Sometimes little bit need time from some goals. But general, I know where I'm going. Do you write usually your goals or you keep it in your mind?
No, I don't write them down. Actually, we oftentimes now, my wife and I, we develop the goals together or what we want to do. You know? Don't have to write it down like in a business plan anymore.
But you know that you need to book hotels, for example, in Dubai, and these tickets and all the things. Again, you make a plan.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
not like yes, today today you wake up and say, "Oh, we go to Seychelles." You make some plans and you plan it.
We have a plan what we want to achieve in the next 6 months.
Yeah. What for you difference between dreams and plans? Because many people say, okay, I dream to be a millionaire or I dream to have huge home in California, but it's never happened with me. It doesn't work with me. What is different between plans and dreams? Why one people only dreams and never happen anything?
Well, if you have a dream, you have to make a plan and set certain goals how to achieve it. Yeah? If you just dream, it's not going to happen.
Because I noticed that many people say only dreams but not have actions.
That's the problem.
I know that you're a very action person, and when you think something, you immediately do it. Yeah, it's true.
Try it. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't expect, you don't wait, and I like also you when I invite you from our meeting, you say yes. You don't know what it is, but yes. And I like how open you are and how always you're ready to help the people.
Yeah.
You
now
know,
I have time to do things like this. It's good. It's quality of life has improved a lot. Yeah.
yeah. I very like that you go to us because it's very good example. I would like people to know that it exists, because for me, you and your wife, it's very beautiful example how you can have all what you wanted. It's not necessary, because many people, they're only hardworking and they forgot that can be normal life except this. Or many people, they have time but not have money. And I would like people to see that it's possible to have balance and to have happy family life and to be healthy and to make your dreams true and to make it the plans and to start to be skipper on the boat and to go live in beautiful places. That it's possible, that it's existent. You don't need to be Buddha or God. You can be normal, humble man person. It's work, but you work, of course, very hard from this. Also, I want people don't forget to be hardworking in the beginning. It's not just like jump to your head. You build it day by day, step by step, actions from actions. And people, when you don't want to act, sorry, you cannot have it. First, you make actions. What helped you to have ideas? People will say, okay, Stefan, he's very smart, he finds ideas. How you think, what can help people to find ideas, missions? Do you have some advice about this?
Well, think about what is important for you in your life and what you want to achieve and what you want to do. And yeah, the dreams will come and the goals will come, and you have to think about how you get there and yeah, take some actions to get there. Yeah, don't worry that about mistakes. Yeah, it's not too different from work life. Yeah, I mean, the same counts for your private life.
How for you it's important to ask about help or offer your things? Because I noticed that many people are very afraid to sell and to speak about myself. I am too shame. I don't know. It's big difference between shame and modest. I'm too shame. I don't know. I cannot sell. Do you believe that to have successful business, it's important skills to know how to sell, how to present yourself, how to ask somebody helps or how to give helps?
Absolutely important. Yeah, I mean, people are not only buying a product, they're buying from you. Yeah? Especially in our industry, in the financial world, I think trust is number one. Yeah? You can have the best product, but if they don't trust you, it's not going to happen. Yeah.
What help you people to trust you? Because I trust you and I feel it, but how you do it? What help people to trust you?
I don't know. Maybe follow through what I promise or what I say.
I'm sure it's very important. Sure. Also, I think that you don't do something bad to people. When you're general kind inside you, it's very important. And maybe last question, what is your opinion about charity? If you like to help people, which case you like to help when you think that it's not good to help? What is your opinion about charity?
Yeah, maybe share experience, help people to develop. I was thinking about maybe I've done before when I was younger. I teach some classes in university. Share your experience with other people. Doesn't necessarily have to be on money charity. Yeah? It could be sharing of ideas and knowledge and experience.
I agree, because sometimes company just give some money and say, okay, we do this. But sometimes for me, I agree with you. I also make a lot of sharing of experience, of skills, because it can inspire people to be better and to have more money. And in general, you help more people in your life. Yeah. Okay, my dear friends, if you have some questions, last questions, welcome to ask. I see our chat on YouTube also. I saw, does training of professional grooming important for employees? Do you make some education, some trainings from your team? Did you develop them?
Yeah, very important. I mean, we focused on this. We were one of the first companies in Germany who started a new program with the government where people were half-time working in the company and half-time they went to college. We invested a lot of in young people at the time, and I had a lot of people working with me for 5, 7, 10, 15 years, which was part of our success. So it's investing in people, training in people, sending them to outside seminars. We hired coaches. So very important. I mean, if you have a bigger company, you're nothing without your people and your team.
Yeah. Так, so last question. What motivates you in your life? Good question. What motivates you in your life?
I couldn't hear you. What was it?
What motivates you in your life? What motivates you? What gives you motivation to make the things?
Doing some new things, making new experiences, setting a goal and achieving goals. I think goal orientation is important.
Yeah. So thank you, Stefan, a lot. Thank you for coming. If you want something to say, the last words to our people, welcome.
Yeah, I repeat what I said before. Don't be afraid. Just take the next step and don't worry to make mistakes.
Yeah.
Work hard and you get there sooner or later.
Bravo. Bravo, Stefan. Thank you a lot. I say you goodbye.
Okay.
Have a good day. Enjoy with your beautiful wife in Dubai. Thank you, thank you, thank you for coming. Have a good day. I wish you good luck in Seychelles with home, with boat, to take the documents and really to enjoy life. You deserve it, and you and your beautiful wife. Thank you a lot.
Okay.
Bye-bye, Stefan. Bye. I will stay a little bit with you people. Steffi, just to change me, please, to make me in the number 1. Так. Steffi, if you can change me. Так. Just one moment to try it. Great. So I was very happy that Stefan was with us and to share his experience. I very love this couple. He has an amazing wife and they really enjoy their lives the last 2 years. For me, it's example that when you work very good, you can make a lot of things. And today in the evening, I will start to work with you step by step how to create your successful business. When I spoke with Stefan, one of our friends, I have a lot of friends like him. Not all of them so generous to go online and to share it. Mostly of them, they don't want publicity. But I did a very big preparation and I spoke with a lot of them what to help them to be successful, and the secrets which they show me and share with me, I use first in my business, and it's helped me to be the most successful company in Balkanic and personal development. And I will share it with you how to start your business, how to develop your business step by step, qualities, things, marketing of business. And today we will start with you 5 o'clock my Greek time. All have recording. If you cannot see us, it's Martin of Millionaires. Welcome to work together in this process. And today 5, I await you. If you would like to be with other breakfast meetings, I have very beautiful guests which I invite for you this week. In the morning, we will work with them. In the evening, you work with me. And you will see structure, how to, from zero, because I start my business from zero, how from zero you can go in successful business to live life of your dreams. I have also, like Stefan, amazing summer, traveling all the time with my family, islands, your things, was a great time. And I would like to share it, how to make it. Of course, it's also was 10 work, very hard working, not expect that it's like, wow, come from first moment. But when you do what you like to do, I will give you also topics about mission, how to find your idea, how to understand mission, because I'm a psychologist and my job to help you to be successful. And I believe that first I must be to teach you. And when I make my success, I work in Forbes like a specialist, one of the best in country. I have many awards about this. I can teach you how to be successful. I know exactly about success in practice and in theory. And I will share with you all my knowledge. My friends in the morning breakfast will share their knowledge and their practice. Welcome from your questions if you're inside in our package. Welcome to our Millionaire Marathons. Thank you a lot for coming and you saw us. I love you guys. And we will motivate you. We will make meditation of motivation in our Millionaire Marathons for sure. Love you a lot. Thank you a lot. Have a good day. Bye-bye.